Improving performance is key to any athlete and is achieved through four focus areas: training, psychology, nutrition, and recovery strategies. Through this video, I will address how performance is improved through these four areas, with reference to my participation in soccer as a right midfielder. Training is essential to every athlete's performance. It allows areas to be revised, worked on, strengthened, and then improved to better performance. A right midfielder in soccer relies heavily on all three energy systems in order to play well. A study by J. Bangsbo in 1996 had revealed that for an average midfielder playing the entire 90 minutes, they would run 10.9 kilometers in the ratio of 31.2% walking, 29.4% jogging, 22.9% slow run, 15.6% moderate run, 6.4% high speed run, and then 3.7% sprinting, showing around 83.5% of activity is using the aerobic system and the other 16.5% using the two anaerobic systems. Aerobic training is the dominant training type I partake in, due to the aerobic system's dominance in soccer. This usually consists of interval and fartlek training. These two methods are useful as they replicate game-like situations, allowing the body to better adapt, but must continue for at least 20 minutes to put the aerobic system under pressure. When performing aerobic interval training, I perform an 8-minute run at 70% with a 30-second rest in between, performed 3 to 4 times over a 30-meter space, as recommended by Carl Hallaby. Fartlek training is used to adapt the body to changing intensities, just like in soccer. For this I perform running at 70% on the length of a football field and 100% along the baseline for 8 minutes, 3 times with a 1-minute break in between. This training causes physical adaptations to improve, including stroke volume, cardiac output, lung capacity, and slow twitch muscle fibers. These modifications, along with increased hemoglobin levels, allow performance to improve as I'll be able to perform and train longer at higher intensities, avoiding fatigue due to the improved O2 carrying ability. However, I only perform this once a week, meaning to considerably improve performance, it is essential to perform 3 to 4 times a week to avoid reversibility and better improve my physical adaptations and performance at my level. Anaerobic training is essential for soccer players to improve performance. This again is mostly performed in our team training and consists of either anaerobic interval training or plyometric training and must be kept within the targeted intensity of 85 to 100%, with rests around 3 times longer than the activity to specifically target the system. Anaerobic training is crucial in soccer for both sustained sprinting and the ability to consistently kick and pass without fatigue. For interval training, I will sprint for 150 meters 6 times with a 2-minute break in between. This training helps the body deal with lactic acid, improves recovery time, and develops speed and anaerobic endurance to improve performance. Plyometric training is used to improve explosive movements, muscular power, and joint strength. For this training, we will often perform jump lunges and jump squats to target the legs for improved speed and power. In order to improve performance further through anaerobic training, I would need to train the system around 3 times a week, similar to professionals, to cause desired physiological adaptations, resulting in improved performance as I can play for longer without fatigue or injury. Flexibility has minimal importance in my training, although it should, as it provides multiple benefits. I only perform stretching before and after games and at training, as I do not have the time or need to perform it every day along with yoga and Pilates. For warm-up and cool-down, I perform dynamic and static stretching. Dynamic stretching is useful as it prepares the muscles for game-like activity, and static stretching is safe and targets specific muscles. These two techniques consist of stretches such as leg swings, high knees, hamstring stretches, and glute stretches. Performing this just at training and games will not improve my range of movement, therefore performance. In order to improve my ROM and performance further, I need to stretch dynamically and use PNF and go to yoga and Pilates multiple times a week, as stated by Ian Schreier, suggesting consistency is key. This is because stretching just at trainings and games will not be enough to help improve my range of motion, allowing me to perform fine motor skills better and therefore improve performance. Strength training is another important area for soccer players as they need strength to muscle people off the ball, shoot powerfully, and run faster. As an amateur athlete, I do not train with weights as I do not need to nor have the time. Instead, I do bodyweight resistance training, including activities such as squat holds, planking, and push-ups. This helps me improve strength in a smaller amount to help improve performance. However, an elite athlete needs to partake in weight training to significantly improve performance. A soccer player needs to be targeting mainly the core and legs with strength training, with some training in the upper body. Most athletes will do this through free/fixed weights and weight machines as they reap the most gains. This should be performed with smaller weights at a high repetition to build muscular endurance and strength in a good ratio. Through this training, performance will improve as they will have a greater strength, greater muscular endurance, and decreased injury risk, along with improved short/long twitch muscle fibers. In my training, 3 of the principles of training have been applied: specificity, variety, and warm-up and cool-down, which allows for training to be better suited to myself and improve performance. Specificity has been applied as the exercises are specifically geared towards soccer. There is variety as I sometimes incorporate a ball into fitness training to test skills under fatigue, and warm-up and cool-down allows for more effective training. For performance to be improved by a greater amount, reversibility and training thresholds should be applied to better improve capacities and not lose gains. These have not been included as I am not aiming to constantly improve my capacities. Due to playing at a social level, it does not require full-time training. I also do not have the time to train 3 to 4 times a week due to school and other commitments, so my performance will not improve massively. In order to improve my performance, I must apply the above areas and train consistently. Psychology is an essential aspect to every athlete's performance, although this will vary due to their sport's differing demands and contexts. Motivation either stems from intrinsic or extrinsic sources and is seen as either positive or negative. Due to the fact that I play at an amateur level for enjoyment, my motivation stems predominantly from intrinsic sources and of a positive nature. Through support from teammates and my coach during the game and in breaks, focusing on good aspects of play with constructive criticism, improvement is achieved. There is also no external reward and no large pressure to succeed, meaning this motivation can't be extrinsic or negative, minimizing chance of hesitation. This motivation is helpful and effective in improving performance of any level. Although for the more elite levels, there are extrinsic and negative sources of motivation which can improve performance in some aspects, but put the athlete at pressure, causing hesitation and failure. This is due to the fear of losing their spot in the team, an important title, or because of financial pressure. These athletes will also experience some positive and intrinsic motivation due to their love of the sport. In order for my performance to be improved, I need to ensure I keep a positive, intrinsic motivation to allow a clear head to perform at my optimal level without hesitation. Anxiety and arousal are important in performance for any athlete of any level. Anxiety at the level of sport that I play can be useful as it is normal to feel a little nervous and can be used to assist in reaching optimum arousal, but anxiety is not usually present. I have a low level of trait anxiety, which results in low levels of state anxiety in soccer due to my attitude towards the game and not playing at a high level. This is helpful in improving my performance as it allows me to play with confidence and without hesitation. Stress can dramatically impact performance. It can be classified as either personal, social, competition, and physical pressures, and also internal and external pressures that may or may not be under the control of the athlete. For my level of soccer, physical and competition pressures are the main causes of stress to my performance. Physical pressure consists mainly of my physical preparation, fitness, strength, and speed. Competitor pressure stems only from my opposition. The internal and external pressures that are and aren't under my control consist of the following. Stress has a negative impact on performance. In order to combat this, training should be undertaken to allow pressure to be better dealt with and improve my performance. A strong consideration of internal pressures should be evaluated so that you can better be prepared for the game and improve your performance. Optimum arousal, or being in the zone, is essential to reaching peak performance. The levels which are optimum differ depending on the sport and the circumstance you are competing in. My level of soccer does not require a major amount of arousal, but demands a considerable amount due to the physical demands. Reaching optimum arousal can be difficult, but is necessary to be competitive, as it brings higher energy levels and commitment to the game. To improve performance through arousal, the optimum level must be reached and not exceeded over or under, otherwise focus on the game will not be kept, and injury may be a result. Psychological strategies to enhance motivation and manage anxiety are important. For myself, these strategies don't often need to be applied except for the important games, such as the grand final. In a normal game, there is minimal amount of anxiety. Strategies to get me into the correct mind frame include concentration and attention skills and mental rehearsal. The first strategy allows my mind to focus on the task at hand, whilst mental rehearsal keeps me calm and allows me to feel familiarity in the situation. Through the use of these techniques, my performance is improved as I am able to perform with a calm, clear mind. In order to further my performance, I could implement a goal to increase my motivation, similar to what elite athletes use. Nutrition is essential in optimizing energy stores, aiding recovery, and ensuring adequate hydration. If these three factors are met, then performance will improve dramatically as the athlete will have adequate energy and hydration to perform at a high intensity for the duration of the game. As stated by a recent MDPI journal entry, carbohydrates are considered of vital importance in sports in general and in soccer in particular, as muscle glycogen is the predominant substrate for energy production during a match. This emphasizes the importance for carbs to make a prominent appearance in any athlete's nutrition. Pre-competition diet should consist mainly of complex carbs for slow-release energy. Before competition, I eat 3 eggs for a good serving of protein for long-term sustained energy release and to minimize hunger. I will also eat 4 pieces of toast with an avocado for a good serving of fats and carbs to help energy levels increase before the game. This is eaten 5 hours before performance, allowing digestion of fats and proteins, as recommended by Sports Dietitians Australia. About 1 to 2 hours before, I eat a small serving of coconut yogurt with granola for an extra boost of healthy fats and carbs. I also drink 500 ml of water throughout the morning as glycogen stores water in it, allowing effective release, so it will also improve my energy release. This eating of carbohydrates and drinking of water before the match will heavily improve my performance as I will have a considerable amount of slow release energy and will be hydrated, allowing optimum performance due to the reduced risk of fatigue. During performance, minimal food is to be consumed. Again, as recommended by the SDA, it should be mainly carbohydrates. I take a muesli bar, banana, and 2.5 liters of water. This food will help improve my performance as it will keep energy levels high and not let concentration fade due to hunger. This water will also help my hydration levels stay high. To better performance, consuming a low-sugar sports drink will also help with electrolyte and energy stores. After performance, a meal within 30 minutes to an hour of performance is essential in order to replenish and recover the body appropriately. This will consist of a meal that is high in carbohydrates to replenish glucose stores and protein to help with muscle repair. For this, I will eat avocado and corn thins with a tin of tuna and then 2 pieces of toast, along with 500 ml of water to aid recovery, allowing performance to be improved due to better participation in trainings and games later on. Supplements are a very useful resource for the improvement of performance, but are expensive and can cause some negative impacts on the body's internal organs. Supplements consist of vitamins, protein, caffeine, and creatine products. They are primarily used to fill gaps in diets, increase body mass, and increase energy, none of which I desire/need because I'm an amateur. Therefore, these products do not improve my performance. In order to further improve my performance, I could implement these products like other athletes, which would help improve my energy stores, PC stores, muscle mass, strength, and the ability to use energy more effectively, therefore drastically improving my performance. Although they must be used in moderation and when needed. This would include the use of protein and creatine to improve my energy stores and help muscle recovery. Recovery strategies are essential to every athlete's routine, helping improve performance through appropriate recovery to better participate in future games and trainings. Recovery is something that I am not very good at as my team does not put a high importance on cooldown, usually consisting of just stretching. The main strategies I use are physiological strategies, cooldown plus hydration, and tissue damage therapy, such as cryotherapy. I use these strategies as they are the most efficient and simple. Cooldown consists of low-intensity activity, lowering the heart rate and getting muscles used to normal activity, and hydration replenishes the fluid lost in sport. I use cryotherapy for my right hamstring to assist in recovery. This also decreases DOMS. To further improve performance, other strategies need to be implemented, including massage and hydrotherapy to fully allow the body to recover, improving future performance. From the analysis of training, psychology, nutrition, and recovery strategies, it is evident of the profound impact they have on the improvement of performance. Even though I am an amateur athlete, these areas allow my performance to still be improved, just on a smaller scale.